Good afternoon, folks. Today is new guitar day. If you clicked on this video, you know what is in this box. So we are going to go in snap stages. However, I will state before we even dive in that I am nervous. This showed up from UPS today, all the way from Germany, made its trip in 3 days. That's fairly impressive, but here's the deal. This is a limited guitar. If there is anything wrong with this instrument, or even if it's the wrong version of the instrument, I am SOL. So let's cross our fingers that A, it's the right item, B, it's in good condition, and C, it's as awesome as I'm hoping it's going to be. Like I said, we'll go in snap stages. So here we go. 3, 2, 1. All right, one box down, one to go. Fortunately, this box looks like it is in very good condition. It looks like it was well packed. So fingers crossed for the guitar that was on the inside. I realized that after I ordered this, that there was no option to add a gig bag. Maybe there was and I just missed it. Again, fingers crossed. Let's do this. Okay, so out of the box, some positive notes and one really negative point. Positive note, it looks like it's all in one piece. It looks like it is okay. I don't see any major dings or scratches or anything like that. And it appears to be the right item. I'm fairly certain this is the baritone model. I will be getting out a measuring tape here in just a little while just to make sure the scale length is indeed what it says it's going to be. But let's talk about the big problem. I'll zoom in here. You'll notice the pickup is not mounted. In fact, if you put this guitar on its back, the pickup actually sinks straight into the guitar. I'll get a shot of that here in a minute. Let's talk real for a second. If you guys know Thomann, if you guys know Harley-Benton, they are a budget brand. This is not an expensive guitar for the features that went into it. They do QC their instruments. However, there are a lot of stories of Harley-Benton QC missing things and straight up not doing the great job. And unfortunately, this is one of those instances. There is a QC card. In other words, somebody attached it, somebody signed off on it, somebody put their name on it. I will not name that individual. I don't think I should be that mean, but that individual should not have sent this instrument out the door. He should not have put his name on it, and he should not have checked that box. I will be taking pictures of this and sending it out to Thomann. Like I said at the beginning of this video, I can't get a replacement. I'm going to have to fix this on my own. Hopefully there's nothing stripped out in there and it can actually be mounted properly. But I'm going to have to take this item as it is and fix it. I'm not terribly worried about that fix. It's just going to take a little bit of time. But at the same time, I shouldn't have to make a fix on a brand new item, especially a limited one. If you had your QC guys on point, you would think they'd be on point for a limited item at the very least. All right, enough negativity. Let's check in on the specs of this beast. And here we are on the Harley-Benton website, the Agufish Custom Signature BTPB LTD. Let's scroll down to the specifications. Hunter and Gal Agufish Signature Model, weight-reduced body made of Nyato. I don't think I have any guitars made of Nyato, but it feels good. Arch top, ash. Now, he made a point in his video of stating that each ash top is individual between the guitars. In other words, no two are alike, so that's awesome. Set in neck, roasted Canadian maple. The fretboard is Macassar ebony. There are fluorescent side markings that glow in the dark. The nut is Graphtec Tusk XL. The neck profile is a smooth U. The nut width is 43 millimeters. The fretboard radius is 12 inches. The scale length is 28 inches. Awesome on a baritone. There are 22 blacksmith extra jumbo stainless steel frets. The pickups are Roswell Seraphim custom wound Alnico 5 in the bridge position and Alnico ceramic flanker in the neck position. There are 2 volume controls, 2 tone controls with push-pull function for coil split. I have a couple guitars that are coil split and one that is coil tap. I do really like the coil split functionality for that single coil sound. There's a 3-way selector switch, WSC 2-nomatic bridge, Jinho HBJN03L locking machine heads. That's a very long way of saying Harley-Benton in-house locking tuners. Brushed chrome hardware. Strings are DR strings, dragon skin coated DSE 13 heavy 013 to 062. So to be clear, these are the ones that come from Harley-Benton in the factory at Thomann. However, I have been able to take everything apart and remount the bridge humbucker and get everything set back up, which means I restrung with my own strings that I have at home. So mine will not have those strings listed, but those are the ones that come from Harley-Benton. Factory tuning is standard A. Since I restrung, mine is in standard D, and the color is purple sandblasted. All right, with the specs out of the way, let's do the sound demo. And finally, let's talk pros and cons. There's a lot we could talk about with this instrument, so I'm going to stick with 3 pros and 3 cons. First pro, my make or break feature on any guitar is going to be the neck, and I like this neck way more than I thought I would. The roasted flame maple in the back is awesome. It feels great. The ebony fretboard is awesome. I love the extra jumbo stainless steel frets. The neck profile is fantastic, and the scale length is to die for. I've got a lot of guitars that are 27 inches or 26.5 inches for a baritone scale length. I've only got one 28 inch, but that is my Agile Perihelion 8-string. So now to have a 28 scale 6-string guitar is fantastic. Next pro, aesthetics. If you guys have seen my work at all or my videos at all, you know that I love purple guitars. I adore this purple, and even more so, I love the satin matte finish. It's awesome. Third pro is going to be ergonomics. This thing's actually pretty comfortable to play. I really like it. There's not really anything in detail I need to go over there, just it feels good to play. Now, let's talk cons. I realize that I'm in the minority of players who do not like a really light guitar. I prefer a heavier instrument. It feels like I can play a heavier instrument without damaging it. Lighter instruments tend to feel like toys to me. This one is in fact weight relieved, so it is going to be a little bit lighter, and I realize that that's even more important for a baritone where there's literally more material on the guitar making it heavier. So yeah, for me it's a con, but I imagine for most having a lighter guitar is going to be a pro. Next con is going to be the obvious we talked about at the beginning of this video. I should not have had to remount this pickup. That's frustrating. That's just a quality control error, miss. Oh well, let's move on. Next con is going to be, or rather the final con is going to be time. I think between the initial release, the initial announcement of this guitar and me actually receiving it was almost 2 years. It may not have been a full 2 years, but it was for sure more than one. And I feel like a compromise would be 1.5 years. So that's a long time between an announcement and a tease and an actual release. But there's a ton of things that go on there behind the scenes that we as players or we as consumers cannot help. We kind of have to go with whatever the company can manage, and that's just a reality. Anyway, the overall for this guitar is it's awesome. I'm glad I finally have it. I very much enjoy it, and that's it. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Take care of yourselves. Find a smile. I'll see you for the next one. Later.